Hey y'all, what's up? This is Coach Paul. God has qualified me, and I'm bringing to y'all another Move Monday episode. As usual, y'all, and I'm gonna keep on saying this till the cows come home because it's so important. And all we gotta do is act upon this, and we'll see big changes happen in each and every one of our lives. And that is, if you don't move it, it's going to move you. If we don't move it, it's going to move us. If I don't move it, it's going to move me. Listen, y'all, it's just that simple. All right. I'm excited about today's episode because it was something that kind of dropped into my spirit about me. So what I want y'all to understand is that when I do these episodes is not to shame anybody, not to tear anybody down, not to point the fingers, as much as it is for us to be aware of the things, the places, the people, the ideas and thoughts that's in the way of us walking in our greatness and extraordinary potential. Because like I said before, everybody, every last one of us has greatness in us. Every one of us has extraordinary potential in us. And all of us, in one way or another, has this word, but, and that's what I want to talk about today. We say we want ABC, but we acting out in XYZ. What do I mean by that? So let me start from the top. We say we want a healthy relationship with God. We say we want to get closer to God. We say we want to get nearer to God. We say we want to go deeper with God. We want to get all in these things that that really ties us tightly to God. All of that's beautiful. Thank you to everybody who has that need or that sense of longing in their heart for this with God. But many of us don't get there. And here's some of the reasons why. Many of us, we won't go to church. We won't get into a fellowship. The Bible clearly says, forsake not the assembly. And out of the three major faiths or beliefs that I know of, and I'm talking about Islam, Jehovah's Witness, and Christians. Christians are the only ones that I've ever heard say, me and God got our own thing. And I'm Christian. I'm full-blooded Christian. Christians are the only ones that I've ever heard use that dumb, defeated statement. Me and God got our own thing. And everybody that I know that said that, it's just by saying that, they proved to me that they don't have nothing with God in terms of a relationship. And again, not trying to shame nobody, just want to bring some awareness so that we can move these butts out of the way and get closer to God. Because I'm going to say something to y'all out there that's listening to this episode, and some of y'all know what I'm talking about from experience. There's nothing greater that we can ever have in this life or the life after than a healthy relationship with God. Nothing that we can have is better than a healthy relationship with El Shaddai, Yahweh. Nothing. So let me go on. They won't get into a fellowship. People won't pray. The only time people pray is when they want something or when they crying, or they'll ask somebody else to pray for them. And the thing about it is, the Bible says that Jesus took away the separation when he died on the cross for us. So just as much as God can hear me, he'll hear you. Just as much as he is my daddy, he's your daddy too. So I don't mind praying with nobody. The Bible tells that we should pray for one another. I don't mind that, but I want people to understand one of the ways that you can create a healthy relationship with God or a close relationship with God is through prayer. So we talking about fellowship, we talking about prayer, and the other one, my favorite, study the word. Know what the word says about God, about who he is. Know what the word says about who you are, who he says that you are in Christ. Many of us don't know that, but we say we want a healthy relationship with God. Well, here are some of the ways that they can happen. And watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all. We can start doing this thing together. We can start doing it. If I can help you in terms of studying the word, prayer, learning what the word says, or you can help me further mine, let's do it. That's what this thing is about. It's about each one reach one, each one teach one. And that's what we have to do. Again, we say we want ABC, but we acting out in XYZ. Let's line up with what we say that we want. Physical, from a physical standpoint too, that as well. We talk about we want to get healthier physically. We talk about, and I want to spend as many years on this earth as I possibly could. And so what that's going to entail is for me to have a healthy diet. I'm talking about the food that I consume. I'm talking about in terms of my physical wellness, physical fitness. All those things are going to have to be a part of my life. It's going to have to be a way of life for me and for you, if that's what it is that you say you want. We say we want this, but we're inconsistent with doing the things that's going to bring it. We are inconsistent with going to the gym or eating healthy. You know, my pastor was saying last night. He said, I've changed my whole diet, right? I've changed my whole diet, and I don't even have a cheat day. He's saying, and lining up with what he's saying in terms of, I want to be physically fit as much as possible. That's what we have to do. We want physical fitness, but we won't go to the gym. We want physical fitness, but we won't get a healthier diet. So let's move that butt out of the way, so we have a healthy relationship with God and a healthier physical relationship. We say we want to be emotionally sound. We want to be emotionally well. But the minute somebody says something or does something that we don't like, we snap it off. And the thing about it is, one of the things that I've learned is when we do that, it says more about what's going on with me than the person, place, or thing that did the act. It says a whole lot more about what's going on with you. Let's take, for instance, road rage. Oh my God. That's the dumbest thing. That's one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard or seen in my entire life. Nobody should have that much control over you that you go and say and do this silly, foolish stuff to one another because somebody didn't drive fast as you wanted them to drive. And don't get me wrong, some people on the highways, on the roads, they do drive. Yeah, however, what I do is, if they're driving crazy, I'll back up. I'll take my foot off the gas. You go ahead. Make sure I just get away from them and keep moving on to where it is that I want to go. And so again, we want to get emotionally healthy, but we want to do things that help us to get emotionally healthy. So here's a way to start to practice getting emotionally healthy. You won't be on the road, especially if you're in places like California, Chicago. Oh yeah. Listen, if you driving on the road and they're gonna do it. Trust me, I know the drivers. We drive crazy in California and in Chicago as well. So practice not reacting to what they did, but respond in a way that says, okay, let me just get away from this person and move on. And even it doesn't even necessarily have to be road rage. In other cases, in other situations, if somebody says something or does something that in your mind, it will probably get you stirred up, get you bored, and all of those things. Again, think about the fact that if I react, what I'm doing is giving this person control, and the other thing is I'm giving this person control over me, and the other thing is what's going on with me that I had to react like that. I need to go find out what's going on with me. And so I'm going to move on from this. But what I've found out, what I've learned about emotions is that we were created with emotions, but we are not supposed to act out emotional. Because 100% of the times when we do something or say something based off emotions or unhealthy emotions, or unhealthy relationship, let me say it like that, unhealthy relationship with our emotions, it's going to come out wrong. Many people have died in the name of people having unhealthy relationships with emotions. So let's start to practice some of the ways that we can control our emotions. All right, so let me move on to the next thing. There's lots of things that we say we want to do with our lives. We want to build businesses, we want to get new careers, we want to learn some things about different streams of income, right? Again, we may want a new career. The thing about it is we say we want this, but many of us won't do the intellectual work to make that happen. Many of us will do just enough to get by and really don't know. We just know the basics or the fundamentals, let me say it like that, of that thing, and not the deep things of that particular thing. And that's what we have to do. Listen, you want to make sure that you intellectually well in these areas, because think about the fact that many African Americans who were singers and actors and comedians and things of that nature, and even sports celebrities, died broke because they were intellectually unwell, unhealthy. Let me say it like that. They were intellectually unhealthy in some of these different areas that they needed to at least have some information on, so that people wouldn't have been able to rob them of their money. Which brings me to the so again, whatever it is that you want to be about, you need to know about it. You need to know all that you can know and learn about that particular thing. In order to get all out of it that you can possibly get. I say again, this is about us, not just about you. Same thing with me. So the next thing I want to talk about is, and it kind of goes hand in hand. Our social settings and our environments kind of go hand in hand. We say we want to be, if you want to be a motivational speaker, well, you got to hang around motivational speakers. You can't hang around motivational gossipers. If you want to be a doctor, well, you got to hang around your social settings, and your environment and community has to, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, be lined up with doctors doing what doctors do in terms of the education that's needed to be a doctor. So whatever it is that you want to do, what am I saying? You got to be around like-minded people. Your social settings has to be like-minded people. Your environment has to be like-minded people. Do you need to have that 24/7? Absolutely not. But there has to be a great level of your life that's spent in these communities, in these environments, in these social settings, right? So that you can be able to learn the things that you need to learn. I wanted to learn how, because many years I fathered children, but I didn't know how to be a father. And I remember asking God to help me to learn how to be a father to my kids. And the way that I've learned, and I'm still learning, I'm still seeing. The way that I learned is I had to be around some dudes that was fathering their children the way that God intended it. That was the only way that I was going to be able to do it. And I'm grateful for that. So again, I want this, but it's my environments and my social settings lined up with it. Got to make sure that listen, because if it's not lined up, we wasting time. The Ghetto Boys had a song, Talking Loud, Saying Nothing. That's all that's about, talking loud, saying nothing. Same thing when you think about your our occupational wellness. Listen, some of these, watch this, some of these jobs that we have or occupations has to be stepping stones to where we want to go. We say we want to go here. We say we hate this job and we want to do something else, but we're not doing nothing lined up with it. We just complain. Oh, the only thing that we're doing more complaining than anything. Inky Johnson said, why complain about something that you're not willing to change? And if you want to get occupationally well, one of the things that I want to strongly encourage is for us to find out what it is that we love doing, because they say if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I love what it is that I do. I love what I do, and I'm going to do it as long as the Lord allowed me to be on this earth. I love what it is I do because I've been seeing some amazing things happening at the hands of God in these communities and places that I go and do my occupation at. Wonderful thing. So again, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. If you want another career that you feel like is lined up with your purpose, stop talking about it. Be like Nike. Just do it. Be about it. All right. Financial, from a financial standpoint, we want to be financially sound. We talk about all this, but again, the minute we get some money, we want to get a Louis Vuitton bag or some red bottom shoes or Gucci watch and Gucci belt. The minute we get some money, this is the thing. We're great at consuming and poor at saving, at building. And that thing has to be turned around. Poor consumers, great saver. That's the only way that this thing is going to work for each and every one of us. So we want to get financially well. We want to get financially healthy. We got to do financially healthy things. And one of those things is going to be that you and I both are going to have to be around people who are financially sound. People who are doing financially sound things, people who are teaching financially sound things. And in all of these areas, in all of these areas that I spoke about, you're going to need an accountability partner, right? You're going to need some mentors and motivators in these different areas. What am I saying? All of these things that we want to do in life, we can't do them by ourselves. We cannot, they are not designed for us to be able to do it solo dolo. It's not designed that way. And it won't be as effective. I mean, just think about it. If all of your actions are based off only your thoughts, how much are you really growing? If everything that you do or everything that I do is based off all my own thinking and my own understanding, how am I growing? How? I need somebody to explain that to me. And I know many people in this world, unfortunately, they're the smartest person in the world. They know everything. They don't need nobody to help them do anything. And 100% of the people that I'm talking about, in almost, if not all, areas of their lives, they unhealthy. But you can't tell them that. So, with that being said, y'all, you say you want ABC, but you're acting out in XYZ. Let's work together to kick that butt out so that we can move into our greatness and the extraordinary potential that God put in each and every one of us. With that being said, guess what, y'all? I love every last one of y'all, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until the next time we come together, be well, do the next right thing. God bless you all, and if you're looking for a butt, it's going to always be easy to find one. Deuces.